The position that I'm in is that I don't care. There's fantastic production here, there's great rhymes, but I'm not so interested in hearing about Kanye West's f***ed up social life so much that I'll just be sitting on the edge of my seat through 8 minutes of The Blame Game or 9 minutes of Runaway. I get kind of bored. What do you want me to do? But people love the sick little details. People love dirty laundry, and I could see this album appealing in a big way because of that, especially with how expensive and impressive the music sounds. I enjoyed a lot of what I heard here. I just didn't like a lot of the drama that this thing served up because it just doesn't feel all that relevant. I'm feeling a light to decent 6 on this thing, but that's just my opinion. And a lot of albums that I love, that I think are great, that I think are standouts. But the thing is with me, my love stops there. I don't love Kanye and Jay-Z as personalities, you know? And maybe that's partially why I'm not on board with this album. I'm kind of feeling a strong 5 to a light 6 on this, on the fence. Had really high moments and really low moments for me. But what do you think of this? Are you loving it? I actually came out liking this thing overall, but like what Mike says, it's a compilation. If you're gonna pick this album or a compilation up, you're better off doing it digitally, you're better off doing it on iTunes, because chances are you're gonna be deleting, you know, a good chunk of tracks on here for sure. But I thought overall it was still pretty likable and it definitely showcased all of the talent good music has to offer. On his pop rap past in a way, but still, even on an album as experimental as Yeezus, he reeks of it. And these mainstream rap ideas that Kanye can't let go of, they keep him from going as deep and as dark as his production implies, especially on this album, where Kanye is obviously mining from some underground hip-hop sounds, and I feel that he's just sounding like a fish out of water and is not riding the fringe as hard as the artists he's copying do. This album, in a word, is incredibly middlebrow. I'm feeling a light to decent 5 on Yeezus. This is Kanye consciously just stirring the emotions and ruffling the feathers of his fans who are just very deeply invested in him and what he's doing. And I'm not saying I ain't never been toyed with by a group or an artist that I really liked before. It's just that after having been toyed with, I was given an album that I thought was really great. Can't really say that that happened in this case. I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 6. If I could take all the experience I have now, take this record, bring it back to 2016, rescore it, and place it somewhere on my year-end list, I'd have to say I'd feel maybe like a decent to strong 8 on this, and probably throw it somewhere in my top 15 of 2016. And say easily, this is really my favorite thing Kanye has done this decade, and this album is definitely him overcoming that awkward phase where he was kind of experimenting with weirder styles or weirder takes on rap music with his previous album, Yeezus. But yeah, biggest complaint about this thing is really that I just wanted more out of it. I would love to hear more. I would love to hear more. But that being said, highly impressed with the 7 tracks that are on here to begin with. So I'm feeling a decent to strong 8 on this thing. Every song builds on the next to create this overwhelming, mind-altering, and strangely beautiful vibe. I truly feel like Kanye and Cudi put one another artistically to the test on this thing, with an amazing mix of emotions, sound, and genres, all of which are super vivid, just crashing into one another in this violently beautiful display. It's like the cosmos imploding and reality melting and the matrix glitching. And I'm also super impressed with how forward-thinking, difficult to pin down, and futuristic this album feels too. I am legit feeling a strong 9 to a 10 on this thing. Even if we don't get Yandhi, even if this is the end of Yandhi, because this might be the end of the road for Yandhi, even if this is the end of the road for Yandhi, the concepts lyrically and musically that are going on here, I do not want to hear Kanye prematurely abandon them. We are potentially staring the end of Kanye's career in the face here, because I don't think Kanye's career can handle
4 more records like this. And by like this, I don't mean a Christian album. If Kanye continues to make gospel music, I would love to hear him drop a record where he sticks to the Christian ethos more effectively and not just use it as a throughway to air out other grievances. I would love to hear a longer, more sensibly structured project with better songwriting, less skeletal instrumentals too. I mean, for a Christian album, this thing, again, is not very Christ-like, nor is it very album-like. I'm feeling a strong 4 to a light 5 on this one. I still think that it starts strong, it finishes super weak. The concept, at best, is spotty. And that is partially made up for with solid features, extravagant, amazing, high-quality instrumentals. But overall, in my opinion, to put this album in a word, overrated. I am feeling a strong 5 to a light 6 on this thing. While it's not a perfect LP, it's not my favorite LP, I am enthusiastic to see Kanye at least reach a point of creative stability and focus once again. And I'm also hoping this leads to at least some semblance of personal focus and stability for my own sanity when it comes to the next album rollout at some point. I'm feeling a light to decent 7 on this record. As far as a rating on this thing, I really honestly have no idea. I'm kind of feeling there are some cool ideas here, but I mostly feel like a voyeur at this point, looking at something that is very much in progress while also watching one of the darkest times of somebody's personal life that I'm not really sure that I want access to out of 10. That's kind of my rating of this current version of Donda 2 that I hope we see a much better version of in the future.